Yeah.
What's it been like here? I mean, you were from the left coast, and now you're on the east coast. What's it like down in Florida?
From the left coast, went to Cincinnati for a while, now here, so it's hot. It's hot, but they got a lot of good people, so I'm enjoying it.
What's the heat, the temperature like from California coming over to here? You're a California lifer until NFL.
Yes, no, Cali, you get that dry heat, but you don't get that humidity where your body temperature goes up like that. So it's a fight.
So you were a 5-star guy in high school and kind of went up the ranks. I mean, very, very 4 or 5-star guy, whatever recruiting rankings you were looked at. And you get to college and kind of start all over. And you go undrafted in the NFL and kind of start all over. You kind of have seen the roundabout, the gamut of angles. What do you try to give to these younger free agents who kind of went the same path as you, may have been a 4 or 5-star guy, and then you come back in and undrafted and got to earn your keep again?
I mean, I'll let that go by. But the tough thing about being in that position is, like you said, you got to earn your keep every day. So you also don't know when your chance is going to come. You go out there and you're like ready to go, and then they go the 1s and the 2s, and after you're a 3, you're sort of sitting there. So I just try to have those conversations that your job is to be ready for when that chance does come. I think that's a young dude's job there. It's just trying to make plays when opportunities come, and it might come far and few between, but you just got to be ready for them.
Did you have to relearn that coming into the NFL again? You've kind of bounced around a little bit, probably 25 transactions in your career after being such a heralded recruit and playing at a great school in Stanford, but you kind of had to earn your keep all over again.
Every year. I mean, the NFL, not for long. The average career is 3 to 4 years, so it's a fight every year. I think that's something you got to remind yourself. I always remind myself I got to come in and fight like an undrafted free agent. Rookie, because that's they're coming in here trying to prove something. They're trying to, they're chomping at the bit to steal a thing, but they're ready to roll. So that's sort of the mentality I try to come into camps with, is just to come in like an undrafted free agent rookie and just get after it.
You kind of found your stride in Cincinnati. Really thrived there, and year after year after year, you did it. What mentality? Do you still have that same mentality as you had in Cincy?
I definitely do. I had the advantage in Cincy. I've been in there for 5-6 years, so I knew the offense well. Similar offense here, different terminology, a little different nuances. So I feel like my job right now is to learn that, is to learn what they want, how they want it, be on the same page with the quarterback. I pride myself in being able to talk and see what the quarterback's seeing, and then adjust accordingly. But that's sort of where I pride myself, is understanding all the different routes, where they want it, every position, and then just being on the same page with the Q.
You had a great preseason game. How do you build off that? You kind of put that behind you and say, hey, I got another one right ahead of me too. You can't really appreciate that one that you had the other night. Yeah,
you appreciate that for the day, and then you go back and you get back to work, So I'm excited to get to work in New Orleans now. It'll be exciting just to get another opportunity, new people, new competition, new situation, new adversity, new things to have to go against. So it'll be exciting, but that one was one of those days you go, okay, fun day. Some adversity, some good things. You maybe enjoy the day, maybe it was a win for the day personally, but you come back and you gotta keep swinging at it.
Does it surprise you that you're almost 30 now? 11 years ago, a 4 or 5-star guy, then you go to Stanford, you're knocking on the door at 30. Does it seem like it's gone quickly?
My little brother already tells me I'm 30. I'm like, dog, I'm not 30 yet. You can say it when it comes, but it's not here yet. So, it is there. It is there, December, it's coming up, it's what it is. But, I still feel young. I still feel good. I think the humidity humbles everyone. So it's fun to come out here and keep getting challenged.
Guys who are depth guys, got to make the roster on special teams and stand out there. How do you feel like you fit there? You return kicks and everything too, to kind of show your versatility. How important is that special teams aspect to guys that are trying to make that 53?
It's huge. It's, a lot of these guys have been starting receivers, and that's about it. Whether it be in college, you talk about a 5-star recruit, he wasn't playing, gunner in college. So it's one of those things that, you still got to keep humbling yourself. I got to be able to play PP, gunner, safety, punt returner, kick returner, backside 2 on kickoff. And I try to have those conversations with the special team coach. Be like, hey, I'm here to learn whatever. I'm here to do whatever. And just, the more you can do, the longer you stay.
I've got to ask you about the acting and modeling career. I'm sure you get that a billion times. But how did that come about? And do you still get recognized for your roles in the Velveeta, the Microsoft, and all the other kind of stuff? And your dad, too.
Yeah, no, I see you. My dad actually was an actor. He moved from Michigan to L.A. to do some acting. So all the kids did some acting there. We went on auditions with him. I went on a lot of auditions, some big ones. Didn't get nothing crazy big. I did, I don't know, 5, 10 commercials. But I went out for Grown Up, so I was supposed to be one of the kids, one of the step kid in the second Grown Up movie. So I auditioned for it, but my acting skills were just where they were. I was smiling, I was having fun, but I wasn't a true actor like that. But I did a handful of commercials. My big one that is I had a line that you can still find on YouTube type of thing is the Velveeta one. Mm-hmm. So usually in Cincinnati in meetings, they'd always bring up that video. Oh my gosh, he's freaking 12, little smiley kid. But it's a fun little thing to say that I've done, and to have that little pass there, it was entertaining.
What did you tell your dad when you wanted to make that switch full time to football? I mean, it's a family tradition. He moved to LA to do that, and you had to kind of say, hey, this is a different path I want to take.
Well, what happened is my freshman year, it's not called rookie, my freshman year in high school, I was starting on varsity, and I missed a practice because I got a Microsoft commercial. I was getting paid $15,000, $20,000, and I also some of it helped family and all that. And I missed a practice. And I missed a practice. I actually missed the first quarter and a half of the game because they benched me because I missed that one practice. But it was one of those things I had to do it for the fam and the situation. But since then, I never went on another commercial audition. So I just didn't ever go back on audition after that. That was my little, all right, it's not worth it.
Football worked out for you, though. I mean, it's been a good career for you from high school all the way up to college, and now the NFL. Do you get razzed on here? Do people know that you had a little bit of part in acting and commercials?
They don't know as much here yet, but they eventually will. I know that.
They will after today. So, what are you looking forward to going to New Orleans and then obviously Miami right after? Miami and New Orleans these last 2 weeks. What are you looking for getting out of those performances, and kind of how do you build off of what you saw last week, kind of correcting the issues that came out of that game?
I think there's going to be more adversity. I think more adversity brings the team tighter together. I think this next couple weeks is for us to hone in on our specifics, our details, but also to just grow as a team. We're a new team together. We got to have some fun, communicate, try to learn about each other. I think that's the next few weeks is really our job, is to be able to be as tight and connected as we can be. And that works with communication. Communication, going through adversity, going through these games, fights, struggles, whatever it may be. And I think that's really our job over the next 2 weeks and on. It's just to try to build our connectedness, our trust in each other, and get to know each other as teammates more and more.
Last one for me. I know you're a fisherman, right?
Yeah.
Were you a fisher out when you were younger in California? It doesn't seem like
Probably doesn't have it like
Yeah, I was going to say, how did you kind of get into that fishing? Are you a hunter too?
I'm not a hunter.
No, just fisher? How did you get involved in fishing, and have you had a chance to kind of sightsee or any spots around here?
So my grandma has a lake in Alabama, just a little private lake, and I used to go to that little lake and just go bass fishing. So from there on, I just would try to go bass fishing wherever I was, whether that be Cincy, whether that be here, whether that be anywhere. So I have 2 poles in the car right now. So, I've hopped around a couple little lakes here, try to see what we can do. I heard the redfish is good in the little Jackson River?
Yep.
Yep. So maybe get out there. You usually have to get a kayak or a boat or something for there. So that's a little above my pay grade. I don't know that. I'm really just wacky rigging a Senko on a light tackle rod for some largemouth bass. But, I'm excited to see what's out there when the opportunity comes. Right now it's camp. And other than that, I'm trying to stay indoors and rest.